Welcome to back to Almost Functional. Me and Nick again, about to jump into the Thousand Suns. Uh, Nick knows a lot more about Thousand Suns than I do, so I'll kind of let you take the lead on this one.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Nick here. We had the Thousand Suns. This is June 13th, so we had the Thousand Suns Codex released today. Um, I looked already, but I'll go over that stuff, and then we'll get into some of the data sheets and all of that. So keep in mind we don't have any points for any of this stuff yet, so we can't talk about the points, unfortunately. But all the other rules we have. Um, So Thousand Sons Army rule, we've got the Cabal of Sorcerers. Um, Basically, how this works is each Psyker unit that has this ability, such as your sorcerers, your Rubric Marines, your Scarabs, will generate Cabal points for you in your command phase, and then you can use those points for the whole battle round, and then they'll replenish on your next turn. So they replenish every turn, and they go away and they come back. Um, so usually it varies a little bit how many points you might have. You might start off the game and generate maybe 12 or 13 points, and then late game, if a bunch of your stuff's dead, you might only have 6 or 7. So the important thing here is that there's only 5 of these Cabal abilities now. There used to be 9, so they cut it down to 5, and they're all very very strong. So if we look at some of these are called rituals. So and they all cost a certain amount of Cabal points. Um, each ritual can be used once per phase, and and each ritual will apply from a Thousand Sun Psyker in your army. So, for example, Ahriman, Exalted Sorcerer, Aspiring Sorcerer, etc. So, the first one is Weaver of Fates. It costs 2 Cabal points. Use this ritual at the start of any phase. Once during that phase, when a saving throw is failed for a friendly model within 18 of the Psyker, you can reroll that saving throw. So this is just reroll one saving throw, and you have to preemptively do this at the start of the phase. Um, this is the cheapest one, only costing 2. So this one especially is going to be real good, like on Magnus, like to protect Magnus, rerolling saving throws. Um, and of course, you can also stack this with your CP reroll to reroll. The next one is Temporal Surge, 5 Cabal points. Use this ritual at the start of your shooting phase. So this is after you move, after you reinforce, but before you shoot any guns.
Yeah, so use this in your shooting phase. Unit with an 18, less with engage your own unit, you can make a normal move. It does. It's not eligible to declare a charge this turn.
Yep.
That's cool. And then, not sure what's going on now. And it keeps freezing it now. Uh,
Hello.
yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know what it's doing. What it did way earlier today just keeps freezing on you. So next, yeah. Uh, so yeah, I can't. I see you, but I can't hear you. I'm not sure if the chat can hear you at all. Uh, but the next one is 6 Cabal points. Echoes from the Warp. Use the ritual to start at any phase. Once this phase, you can select this Psyker's unit as a target of the stratagem for 0 CP. Even so, basically, this one gives like the chapter or the captain thing from Space Marines. You can do a strat for 0 C free. 0 CP even has been used. Next, we got Doombolt, which is 7 Cabal points. Use this ritual to start your shooting phase. Select one enemy unit with an 18 of, invisible to this Psyker, and roll 1d6. On a 1, that enemy unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. On a 2 to 5, d3 plus 3. and on a 6 it suffers D3 plus 6. Uh, and the last one is Twist of Fate, 9 Cabal points. Uses ritual to start any phase. Select one enemy unit with an 18 is visible to Psyker. Till the end of the phase, armor saving throws cannot be made for models in this unit. So yeah, so we let's see if we can recall Nick. Alright, well, we might have lost Nick, so I'm just going to have to kind of mosey on without him for now. Uh, you know, so we'll just have to do this. So, alright, so looks like it's just me from now on out, guys. Just gonna try to get through the rest of this. So, you spend your Cabal points. This one right here, the 6 CP one, or 6 Cabal points, looks really nice for the free CP. This one causing mortal wounds is nice. Turning off armor saving throws, that's really strong. Depending on how many, early in the game you'll probably be able to do a couple of these, picking and choosing. Late game you're going to have to be a little more picky about what you use, but this one seems okay. The rest of these seem really good. Then next up we got the Thousand Suns detachment rule, which is in your command phase you can select one of the abilities listed below to take effect until your next command phase. You can give Thousand Suns lethal hits, sustained hits, or devastating wounds, and you choose in your command phase. It doesn't say you're limited to using each one once, so it looks like you could use, if you liked one in a specific matchup, you could use it all for 5 turns, it looks like. So that's really nice. That's some good versatility. Then we got stratagems. We got Psychic Dominion. Any phase just after an enemy unit has selected its target, 1,000 such unit from your army that's selected as a target of one or more attacking units attacks. Until the end of the phase, all attacks made against your unit with psychic weapons have the hazardous ability, and all models in your unit have Feel No Pain 4+ against psychic attacks. So that's really nice. So Feel No Pain 4+ against psychic attacks. And you cause them to have hazardous. So, I mean, in certain matchups, this will be really good. It's not good against some armies don't do a lot of psychic. Then you have Devastating Sorcery, which is in your shooting phase. 1,000 Sun Psyker unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase. Until the end of the phase, each time a model unit makes a psychic attack, you can reroll the hit roll and you can reroll the wound roll. So rerolling hit and wounds for your psychic attacks. You got a lot of psychers in here, so that's looks like that'll be fairly useful. Destined by Fate. Any phase, when a saving throw is failed by a 1,000 Sun Psyker model, you can change the damage to 0. That'd be good. Like some Magnus or somebody gets hit by a las cannon or something, you just 0 damage it. Shooting phase, 1,000 Psyker from your army that has not been selected to shoot. Till the phase, all Inferno Bolt Pistols, Inferno Bolt Guns, Inferno Comedy Bolters, Inferno Comedy Weapons equipped by models in your unit have the Psychic ability and a Strength characteristic of 5. Alright, so give the Psychic keyword to all these weapons, which if you wanted to spend extra CP, you could make stack with this. Sorcerer's Might, your shooting phase, 1,000 Psychic from where they have not been selected to shoot this phase. To the end of this phase, add 9 to the range of psychic weapons equipped by your unit. Alright, so just extra range to your psychic weapons. And if you pop that on like all your bolter, like there's some combos here with these stratagems. Then we have Warp Sight, which is your shooting phase, 1,000 Sun Psychic unit from your army, and one enemy unit that is visible to that unit. Until the end of the phase, each time a friendly 1,000 Sun Psyker model makes an attack with a psychic weapon that targets that enemy unit, the attack is indirect and ignores cover. Alright, so that's cool. So most of this stuff, it has to be on Psychers and stacks with psychic abilities, but being that they're 1,000 Suns, that's probably going to be very, very useful. And then we got their enhancements. We got Lord of Forbidden Lore, 1,000 Sun Psyker model. Vera can be selected to use a ritual, even if another Psychic army has already been selected to use that ritual. Alright, so you can double up on some of those rituals. Then, 1,000 Sun Psyker. In your command phase, if the bear is on the battlefield and not battle shocked, it generates you one additional Cabal point this phase. Alright, so one additional Cabal point. That's not bad. The Prolific Crystal. 1,000 Suns model only. Once per battle in your command phase, you can remove the mayor's unit from the battlefield. If you do in your enforcement step or your next movement phase, set it back up with 9 inches. Alright, that's always useful. We've seen this in a bunch of armies. Then you have Arcane Vortex, 1,000 Suns model only. Add one to the strength and damage characteristic of psychic weapons equipped by the bearer. Alright, alright. None of these are horrible. This is probably my favorite one. And then we'll roll into these data sheets. They give us Aramon first. 4 wound, or T4, 5 wounds, OC1. Inferno Bolt Pistol is 1 attack, strength 4, neg 1 damage. Psychic Stalk is precision psychic. So that gives us 5 attack, strength 7, neg 1, 3 damage. That's pretty nice. Then we got, he's Cabalist the Sorcerer's 3, so he gives you 3 Cabal points just for being alive. Then we got the Rubric Lord. While this model is leading a unit, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, add 1 to the wound roll. Alright, so plus 1 to wound to his unit. That's pretty cool. Then we got Arch Sorcerer of Tzeentch. Once per battle, you can select this model to use a ritual for 0 Cabal points. So that's really cool. If you can, you save that for the that 9.1 to just turn off someone's saves at some point. And then what else do we have? We got he's got a 4-up invul save, and he's an epic hero, and he can join Rubric Marines. You can't take regular Armon and Armon on a disc. That's pretty standard. It's pretty much always been that way. And then here's Armon on the disc. So he has extra wounds, better movement, same weapons. While this is 1 to wound, and so exact same abilities. He just gets to move better and have more wounds, and that gives him the ability to. No, still just joins Rubric Marines. I was wondering if he'd be joining something different. Alright, so either way, he joins Rubric Marines. Then we have the 1,000 Suns Land Raider. It's regular Land Raider, just it gets Inferno on all its weapons, so just basically gaining that extra AP. That's still an assault ramp. More 1,000 Suns Land Raider, 1,000 Suns Predator Annihilator. So basically, all these ones that say 1,000 Suns, they're just giving Inferno to all their like bolter weapons or the heavy bolter. So that's really the only difference from the regular Predators. Same with 1,000 Suns Rhino. 1,000 Suns Chaos Spawn has a Feel No Pain 5+. Doesn't seem too much different. Maybe the other one didn't have the 5+ Feel No Pain. Oh no, they didn't have the 5-up invul. So he gained the 5-up invul. So that's really the only difference there. Same with the Vindicator, just gaining some Inferno stuff. Defiler, same thing. So a lot of these are just. Alright, so now Exalted Sorcerer. Now we're getting into some actual unique 1,000 Sun stuff. They have T4, 5 wounds. He has Astral Blast. which is Blast, Devastating Wound, Psychic. D6 shots, 2 up to hit, Strength 6, Negative 2, D3 damage. Warp Flame Pistol, which is D6. So basically, it's Ignore Cover Pistol Torrent. So it's a pistol flamer, D6 shots, Strength 3, Neg 1 damage. He has a Force Weapon, which is Strength 6, Neg 1 D3. And then the Prosperine Kopesh, which is 4 attack, Strength 5, Neg 2 damage. He gives you Cabal Sorcerers 2. He has Arcane Shield, which models leading the unit. So a 4-up invul to his unit. That's really nice. And then Rebind Rubrique. In your command phase, if this model is leading a unit, you can roll 1d6. On a 1, the unit suffers d3. On a 2 to 5, you can turn 1 destroyed bodyguard model to the unit. On a 6, you can turn 2. Alright, so he can basically bring models back to your unit, and he runs with Rubric Marines. So he's got some decent stuff here. Giving the unit a 4-up is really nice, and bringing models back. I really like this Exalted Sorcerer. That seems really nice. Then we have one on a disc. So he's got the same 4-up, but this is what different looks like. At the end of your movement phase, you can select one enemy unit with an 18 of, and visible to the Psyker. Roll 1d6. On a 1, the Psyker's unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. On a 2+, until the start of your next movement phase, have the move characters of the model in that unit and have advance and charge rolls. That's nice. You gotta be with an 18, but you can slow down enemy units. He also has Cabal Sorcerer 2, 12-inch moves, 6 wounds. Also still joins Rubric Marines. Thousand Suns Forge Fiend. 5-up Invul. In your shooting phase, this model shot, select one unit hit by one or more of those attacks till your next turn. Enemy is suppressed. Subtract 1 from their hit rolls. I'm not sure. I don't know if there's anything else different. Thousand Suns Hellbrute. He has Arcane Knowledge amidst babbling insanity. Each time a friendly Thousand Psyker model with a 9 of this model is selected to use a ritual, you gain 1 Cabal point. Oh, that's nice. They give you Cabal points. And then he probably gave Inferno to some of his weapons. So that looks like the only difference. You get Inferno, and this is a nice little rule. That's anytime you gain Cabal points in this army is nice. Thousand Suns Helldrake. 5-up Invul, Flame Wreath. Each time this model ends a normal move, you can select one unit moved over during that. Until the end of the turn, models on the unit cannot have the benefit of cover. Oh, that's nice. So as you can turn off cover on enemy units. Then the Infernal Master. He has a Bolt Pistol Inferno, Screaming Invocation, which is 18 inches, 2d3, Strength 6, Neg 2, 1 damage. Hazard Psychic Torrent. So that's 2d3. This goes to 2d6 for Hazardous. They're both Psychic and Torrent. Rest of the profile is the same. Force Weapon, same as the before. You can give a unit its leading sustained hits 1. Once per turn, you can change the result of 1 hit roll, 1 roll, 1 damage roll, or 1 saving throw to an unmodified 6. That's really useful. He also only joins Rubric Marines. Then we have Magnus. So Magnus is movement 14, toughness 11, 2-up save, 16 wounds, leadership 5, objective control 6, which is really nice. Then we have he's got Gaze of Magnus, devastating wounds, psychic, 3d3 attacks, hits on 2, strength 9, neg 2, 3 damage. Then he has Zinch's Firestorm, blast, psychic, 24-inch range, d6 plus 3, hits on 2, strength 5, neg 1, 2 damage. I'm assuming you can shoot both of these, so that's Magnus is putting a lot of psychic shots out. Blade of Magnus has a strike and sweep. They're both psychic. The strike has devastating wounds. So 7 to 14 on attacks, 16 to 8 on strength, neg 3 to neg 1, 3 damage to 1 damage. Very solid profile. He gives you 4 for Cabal Sorcerers. Start a battle round, select one of the abilities in the Crimson King section until the start of battle round. Yep, so most of the Primarchs have that, so you get to select one of these. Then Lord of the Planet of the Sorcerers. While a friendly Thousand Sun Psyker unit is within 6 of this model, each time the unit makes a psychic attack, add 1 to the hit roll and 1 to the wound roll. So he gets +1 to hit and wound within 6 to psychic attacks. And then these are the ones that get to pick one of each command phase, or at each battle round. Each time an attack is made against this Psyker, excluding Psychic, subtract 1 from the attack's damage. So this only affects him, but it's neg 1 damage. Start your opponent's shooting phase. You can select one enemy unit within 24 invisible Psyker. At the end of the phase, ranged weapons equipped model unit have the Hazardous. Oh, that's nice. Just put Hazardous on enemy units. Time Flux. Well, friendly thousands units with 6 of the Psyker. Add 2 to the move characters to the models in that unit. So just give plus 2 to use 2 plus 2 movement to a unit. All very useful. This one is, I mean, it keeps Magnus alive, but it's the least useful to like the whole army. This turning a whole unit off, and this is the best one I think, right here in the middle. And then he hits hard with shooting and combat, so has a 4-up invul. We'll see what his points are, but I really like Magnus's rules. Thousand Suns Mauler Fiend, Prophetic Hunters. You can start this unit with the heroic. Target them with Heroic Inventory for 0 CP, even if it's already been used. Really nice. The Mutileth Vortex Beast. He's got Toughness 10, 13 wounds, move 10 inches. He's got Warp Vortex, so it's got 3 versions. It's got Blast, which is D6 plus 3, Strength 9, neg 2, 2 damage. Then Beam, which is Devastating Wounds, 1 attack, Strength 18, neg 4, D6 plus 6 damage. And then Torrent, which is Ignore Cover Torrent, is only 12 inches on this one, though. 2d6, Strength 6, neg 1, 1 damage. Then Melee, he's got the Betentacled Maw, which is 15 attacks, 3 up to hit, Strength 7, AP 0, 1 damage. The Mutileth Claws are 5 attacks, 3 up to hit, Strength 9, neg 2, 4 damage. Then he's got a Feel No Pain 5 plus. Into your movement phase, roll 1d6 for each enemy unit within 6 of this model. On a 2 to 3, they suffer 1 mortal. On a 4 to 5, d3, and on a 6, d6. Each enemy unit within a range of this ability must then take a Battle Shock test. So every enemy unit within 6 possibly takes mortals, and then we'll have to take a Battle Shock. Then he's got the Immaterial Flare. While a friendly Thousand Sun Psyker unit is within 6 of this model, each time that unit uses a ritual that specifies a range, you can double that range while resolving that ritual. That's pretty cool. I like that. And then once he's down to 4 wounds, he's -1 to hit. Cool. And then, here's your Rubric Marines. This is your main line, battle line, normal unit. So the Psyker keyword is on only the Sorcerer. 5-inch move, T4, 3-up save, 2 wounds, leadership 6, OC2. They have a 5-up invul. So basically, and all the bolt guns, the bolts of just Inferno just gives you an extra AP. They have a Soul Reaper cannon, which is devastating wounds, 6 shots, strength 6, neg 1, 1 damage. They have a Warp Smite, which I'm assuming is on the Sergeant. Anti-infantry 4, devastating wounds, pistol, psychic. 18-inch range, 2 attacks, strength 4, neg 3, 1 damage. Warp Flame Pistol is just a flamer with neg 1. Warp Flamer, same flamer with neg 1. Close combat. Then the Force Weapon is strength 6, neg 1, d3 damage. Cabal Sorcerer's 1, only on the model of the Sorcerer. They're the Bringers of Change. Each time this unit makes a ranged attack, reroll a wound roll of 1. If the target of that attack is within range of the objective marker you do not control, you can reroll the wound roll instead. Pretty solid rule. Just, we see that on a lot of stuff. Like, they really like that rule. They've given it to a lot of units. Then they have Warger ability, Icon of Flame. Each time a model in the Bears unit makes a ranged attack, if a critical wound is scored, improve the armor penetration by 1. So critical wounds do extra AP. That's really nice. Then we got, they can be between a 5 and a 10 man. And this says I'm live, but I don't see it on here, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on with any of that. I might just be recording and talking to myself, which is fine because I'm going to upload this anyway. Then we got the Scarab Cult Terminators, which are T5, 3 wounds, leadership 6, OC1. They have a heavy Warp Flamer, heavy Hellfire Missile Rack, 2 attack, strength, take neg 2, 3 damage. Combi Altar, Soul Reaper Cannon, Warp Smite. So all of this we've seen. Warp Flamer is just a heavy flamer with plus AP. Once again, only the Sorcerer Leader model has the Cabal. And then while this unit contains one or more Psyker models, their sorcerer, each time attack is made against this unit, if the strength characteristic of the attack is greater than the unit's toughness, subtract 1 from the wound roll. Alright, so anything strength 6 or higher is going to be -1 to wound, as long as you keep your sorcerer in there. Or if you attach another character to it. Although I didn't really see anybody that could attach to it. Although if you take them in... no, I didn't see any units that could attach to this. And I don't see any caveats that they could be attached to by like Chaos Lords and stuff if you take them in regular Marines. So it looks like these guys are just running by themselves. Then we got just 1,000 Sun Sorcerer. Standard profile's got a Fire the Abyss, which is 2d6, strength 5, neg 1, 1 damage, sustained hits 3. That's nice with 2d6 shots. That's a nice little shot. Inferno Bolt Pistol, Plasma Pistol, Warp Flame Pistol, Force Weapon. So that's the only unique thing. Empiric Guidance, while this model is leading a unit, they get lethal hits. While it's leading a unit, that can only be selected as target of range attack if the attack model is within 18. Oh, that's really nice. So if you're with outside 18, they can't be targeted. He can only join Rubric Marines. Here we go, 1,000 Sun Sorcerer and Terminator armor. This should be the guy that can join Terminators. He has Coruscating Flames, Anti-Monster and Anti-Vehicle 4-up, Devastating Wound Psychic, 18-inch range, 3 attacks, Strength 4, Neg 3, 2 damage. Against monster vehicles, you're going to be wounding on 4s anyway. Nothing else special there. Parrot Guidance, so once again, lethal hits. And then your shooting phase, you can select one enemy with an 18, and if it visits this model, till the end of the turn, each time a friendly 1,000 Suns model makes an attack that targets that unit, you reroll a hit roll of 1. To pick an enemy unit, give your whole army reroll 1s against them. And then he can join the Terminators. Alright, that's solid. 1,000 Sun Cultists. If they get a 6-up invul, each time this unit destroys an enemy unit, roll a d6, and on a 2+, you gain 1 CP. When this unit is destroyed, roll a d6, and on a 2+, you gain 1 CP. So if they kill something or die, you roll a d6, and on a 2, you gain a CP. That's cool. Don't see any bonuses to their weapons. So this, and they have Scout 6 inches, so this is the unique part here. 1,000 Suns Demon Prince. So these are the same. I believe this is the same. So his abilities are what's cool. So he's got once per battle at the start of any phase. You can select one friendly Rubric Marine or Occult Terminators within 6 of this model. At the end of the phase, basically give one of these 2 units precision hits. And then while the friendly unit is within 6 of him, they have the stealth ability. So -1 to hit. Alright, that's really nice. I like that. And then one with wings, same thing, more movement, less toughness. Then each time mountain is a normal move. You can select one enemy unit moved over. Roll 96. For each 6, the unit suffers 1 mortal wound. So you're only going to average like 1.5 mortals, but that many dice, you could spike it. Aether Stride is psychic. At the end of your opponent's turn, if this model is not within engagement range of any enemy units, you can remove it from the battlefield. Oh, so basically you remove it and bring it back. That's really cool, especially for a Demon Prince. Here's your Zangors. They move. Oh, Zangor Light. They're the ones on the discs. So they move 10. 5-up save, 2 wounds, OC2. Have auto pistol. They have a Fate Caster Great Bow, lethal hits and precision, 30-inch range, 2 attacks, strength 5, neg 1, 2 damage. Chainsword. And then they have the Divine Spears, their unique weapon, lance and precision. 3 attacks, 4 hit, strength 5, neg 2, 1 damage. Once per turn, when an enemy unit ends a normal, advance, or fallback move within 9 of this unit, if that unit is not within engagement range of enemy units, it can make a normal move up to d6 if it's at your movement phase. That's really nice. So basically, we see it on a lot of stuff. You get near them, they move away. All their stuff has precision, or a lot of their stuff has precision. That's pretty cool. And they can be taken in 3 to 6 man squads. Really good at scouting out psychers. Every model has the Divine Spear. Any number can take the Great Bow. Alright, so basically you either have the precision combat or the precision shooting. You don't have both. Personally, I think the precision shooting is better, but that's just me. Then you get the Zangor Shaman. Also moves 10. 4 wounds. He has Mutating Orbs, which is Blast, Devastating Wound Psychic, which is 18-inch range, D6 attacks, 3 up to hit, Strength 9, AP 0, 1 damage. Then the Shaman Stave is Psychic. 3 attacks, 3 hit, Strength 5, neg 1, D3 damage. Dark Blessing, while this model is leading a unit, basically gives 5 up feel no pain to his unit. And while it's healing a unit, they get to add 1 to their hit rolls. And it doesn't say melee or combat, so just anything they have. They got 6 up invul. And he can join Zangor Enlightened or regular Zangors. Alright, and then here's the regular Zangors. They only move 6. They're 1 wound, OC2. They have Zangor Blades, which are 2 attacks, strength 5, neg 1, 1 damage. And they have Relic Hunters. At the end of your command phase, roll 1d6 for each objective mark you control that has 1 or more units from your army within range of it. For each 4+, you gain 1 Cabal point. You can roll Battle Shocks taken for them if they have the banner. You can roll Advance and Charge if they have the Brayhorn. Yeah, this is your other battle line option other than Rubric Marines. You can take between 9 and 20, or 10 and 20 of these guys. And that's all they really give us for Thousand Suns. So they got some cool abilities. They don't have quite as many units as a lot of other armies, but they definitely seem really cool. Terminators are normally really hard to kill, and you give them the invul with, and you can give your regular Rubric Marines invuls with the characters. So I think Thousand Suns are definitely in a solid spot with these rules. Some of their Cabal and stuff, you gotta definitely gonna be some management and pre-thought into what you do with everything and how you do it. But if you pull that off, if you once you get used to it, get some reps in with it, I think they should do fairly well. But that's it for this. Hopefully we'll be back in a little bit with World Eaters. If we hopefully I get all the streaming stuff fixed, and I'll have Nick and Lewis, or just Lewis, or maybe just me. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But thanks for watching.